helmets are in, and they look pretty good. Hey fam, thank you so much for watching. Our sponsors. The Finkley Experience, an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education, and which prepares high school students for college. For more information, visit their website at thefinkleyexperience.com. Father to Father Incorporated, a non-profit organization that strengthens families through father engagement, with a goal to help men in our communities to be great dads. For more information, visit their website, fathertofatherinc.org. ABLAZE Entertainment. The goal of ABLAZE is to take emerging artists and develop them to the next level of their career. For more information, visit their website at ablazeentertainment.net. Thank you.
Hey, this is Nelson Estevez, aka Alonzo from Tyler Perry's The Oval, and you're now watching the Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, world traveler herself is here, Shonda Scott, as she talks about the 12 New Things Life Journey campaign. Next Finkley.
It's my biggest dream come true.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. Thanks for joining us today. So I had a cool conversation with someone today, right? We were just talking about different things and something just popped out of my mouth. Life is too short, right? Life is definitely too short. I think we talked about this a few days ago. Every time you look on your timeline, someone is saying, rest in peace or get well soon, that kind of thing. So I always told myself going forward, because my dad passed away earlier this year. I lost a sister, aunts, uncles. It's just my LB, my line brother from my fraternity. The list goes on and on and on and on. And so, of course, with other people in my life as well, life is too short. Life is way too short. So I'm just going to do stuff, right? If you want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation. If you want to, collaborate, let's collaborate, because I don't know if I want to wake up in the morning, right? I don't know if I'm going to drop dead the next second, right? So let's just do it. Do it. Life has so much to offer, and I have yet to see even a smidget of it as of yet. At the age of 33, I have yet to see a smidget of it. So I want to know what life is all about. Why still keeping with my principles, my spirituality, I am going to adventure life to the fullest. So I'm just going to do it. So I encourage you to do the same as well. But again, because life is too short. And this is what our guest is doing today. She is the world traveler herself. Shonda Scott is with us. And I tell you, she is on fire because she knows what it's like to live life. And I'm so excited about this interview because, when I was talking with her, this burst of energy just came from nowhere. It was very, very exciting. And she also talked about this awesome challenge that she has going on as well that she will talk more about. So don't you go away, Think Fam. Back in a moment. Coming up, Shonda's with us. Don't you go away.
Hey, I'm Angel Taylor, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Say to me, I'll listen close when you speak to me. I need your love all over me.
On the next Michael Finkley, we're now living in a world where mental health affects us all. You don't have to live in the shadows of your pain and hurt. There's help and hope at the end of the tunnel. Licensed mental health counselor Dr. Robert Johnson III is with us as we talk about what mental health looks like in 2022. Next Finkley. Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, she is a world traveler sensation. She's an entrepreneur and she's an advocate when it comes to the concept of community leadership. Y'all, she is Shonda Scott. How are you?
Hello, how you doing?
I am super uber duper fantastic because I'm talking to Shonda. That's what I'm doing. How
excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much and all that you do. As I said before, I was reading on you and I saw some videos as well and doing research. And y'all, this is the real deal. I promise you, she is the real deal with a simple concept. Look, just go do it. Just make it happen. Go do it. We have all the resources, but I promise you we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But Shonda, I must say that, as I began to grow into leadership, I always heard the term, you have to be a servant before you become a leader. When you think of the word service, what does that mean to you?
Service. Well, I think to me, it means, it's interesting that you say that because years ago, I had a gourmet coffee house and my family historically has had businesses in food service and janitorial services. And when I had my gourmet coffee house, I remember like taking care and serving people. And I was like, you know what? Service is the most humble thing you can do. And it actually makes you feel good, like when you can care for and serve people, and it just dawned on me, like in those positions, you were like serving others and helping others. And so it's always about giving, service, helping others, but then also you feel a sense of reward in yourself, like something inside of you, at least me, feels good when I'm doing something of service to other. Like even part of my 12 new things, I have a time where I do a random act of kindness. Yeah. And it's just so random. And if in the moments where I can see the people, because sometimes I do it and I just am not there. So I just know that they've been blessed. But sometimes I like see the person and it's just like, it really lifts people's day. It's like you made someone's day by just doing something like buying the person behind you a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Like unexpectedly, just randomly, or just giving somebody an extra big tip than they would expect, like more than what they would expect, like even double your meal or something. It's like, what? It's like, and it's like, you can just see the appreciation in people's like face and mind and just bewilderness. Like, really? Are you serious? Me? Why? And it's like just being a blessing to somebody else. Yeah. So that's what my whole thing is about that,
Oh, that is amazing. Why can't the entire world think that way? I feel that the world would be such a better place if we had that concept in mind. You talked about service. When did you find that you had a heart of service?
Well, I think it's because of the grandparents and the parents I have, because my grandmother, who just passed away, she would have been 104 on her birthday, and that's when we had her homegoing service. Her whole dedication to her life was to Jesus Christ and living a life that was pleasing unto God. And she was so blessed for that life. Her life was such a blessing, be 104 and, pretty much 104, and just peacefully die in your sleep, go away, and you watch your children, your great-grandchildren grow. So her example bless my mom with that example. And I always tell my mom, I'm how I am because of you. Because some of this stuff I didn't have innately in me. I just was learned because I had such, parents that were both service oriented as far as their, commitment to the country, serving the country, and also their commitment to helping the community and others. So I've always seen that as an example. And since they had ingrained it in me at a young age, I didn't really know any other options other than being a service, and being, selfless to people. So sometimes my 12 new things are things I have to do just for myself, just so I am replenishing me in order to be a good servant. And that's the other balance in servitude. It's not just pouring out, it's also pouring in to you and allowing other people to give to you as you give to them. So then that gives you more balance than you just pouring out and pouring out, because that can burn out anybody. You know what I mean? That's like, the giving tree. And at one point, you're no longer a tree, you're just a stump, right? So part of it is practicing how to give back to yourself too. Mm-hmm. And that kind of service to you.
And sometimes we forget that because we always say, serve others, serve others, serve others. But it starts with us. Right. It definitely starts with us. And that's why I love your challenge, the 12 New Things Life Journey Challenge that you have going on now. Please tell us about it. What does that entail?
So 12 New Things is just committing to doing something new and different each month, something you've never done before. One time a month. For the end of the year, you have 12 new things. So by the end of the year, you just have 12 things that you've done. And it's about embracing change in a fun and exciting way. It's about increasing your faith. It's overcoming fear. And it's actually like bringing positiveness to your life, because as you open your mind to this 12 new things lifestyle, things open up to you. And when you start looking for something new and different and fun to do, you're like calling people like, what can I do now? Or something will open up, like opportunities open up that you didn't expect. And it's part of what we're doing with the platform, 12newthings.com, is that we want to actually have it where people can share their journey, and then we can have partnerships for our members that will benefit them to actually be able to explore and do some new things in their life as they commit to doing the 12 New Things lifestyle. It just makes you be a better you and live your best life, but also, becoming more in tune with your spiritual growth, as well as your mental, and even some of it's physical. Like I did a swim in the ocean. That was my 12 new thing. And it challenged me mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm a great swimmer, but I was having fears of being in the ocean, and just, all the things that it took for me to prepare to do this big swim. It challenged me, and it made me like really become more in tune. Like my faith is increased, because I have to remember, like, I got to overcome fear. So I have to be, can't swim in the water with fear, or you're going to risk your life. But I had to know that, God had me, and there's some spiritual connection I'm getting in the water. I just get that when I'm in water, and I'm in a full ocean of bodies of water. And so, so the 12 new things is like challenging you to overcome fear, embrace change in a fun and positive way, and look at how your life increases in the opportunities that come when you just shift your mindset and your world changes around you. Especially if you want to see changes in your world, if you want to see improvements, it all starts with you. So the whole 12 new things makes you embrace the change that you want to see in your life.
Oh, where was this? Like, I'm just reading about this. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I can start today. We can start today with these challenges. And again, it's for self-improvement. It's for self-growth. We're trying to get to that next place. And I know with something like this, Shonda, that there's a lot of reflection. So what did you learn? What have you learned about yourself thus far? Because I know your 12 challenges are not over yet, but what are you learning about yourself thus far?
So I learned that overcoming fear, like people always say, it's something on the other side of fear. Yeah. So there's a lot of my challenges end up being things that I'm excited about the end result, but in the process, there's something I have to overcome. Like I might want to go, swim in the ocean in the Maldives, but I got to get on a little bitty plane, and I'm scared of little bitty planes, and I don't want to be on a little bitty plane. But in order to experience that experience, I had to overcome that fear and know that I was cared for, and I'd be taken care of, and I'd be there safe and return safe. And, my whole spiritual connection, that I had to overcome that to get to this exciting thing that I wanted to do. I would have never experienced that if I let my fear overtake me. I don't like heights. And I did, zip lining, and Puerto Vallarta because I didn't, and I did it, and I'm like, I'm thousands of feet above the ground. I see the cars and the road behind me, but it was such an amazing experience. And at the whole time, I'm like praying, and I'm just like there, and I'm just like in the moment, and it's just like thrilling. But it tells you that, like, even with the swim, I love swimming. So I just thought committed to swimming in the ocean for Swim Across America for pediatric cancer research. I was committed to that, but I didn't know this challenge was going to challenge me both mentally and physically to get to the end. And once I did it, I'm like, wow, I did that. I look at the pictures and like all this water around me. I'm like, that's me. I passed the Golden Gate Bridge. I'm like, I was swimming right there. I was a little bitty body in the swimming, and it's like, it makes you just realize that fear can overtake you and stop you from starting your own business. Fear can stop you from loving, fear can stop you from caring for people in your life. Fear can stop you from loving you. Fear can stop you from being who you really are in your best self because you're afraid of what people are going to say or what people are going to do or if they're going to accept me and all that. And you go through all that mental anguish and never be able to benefit all these other wonders that are around you because you're so overcome with fear. So part of it is just taking a hold of fear at least once a month where you do something that's new and different. You're going to do it. Go to a restaurant for dinner, fine dining, just by yourself. And don't worry about what people are saying about you being there by yourself. You are treating you to a nice dinner. And that's what you do. That might be your one new thing you do. Or you might, like I said, an 80-year-old woman that follows me, she lived near a golf course and now she's learning how to play golf. It's like you get to ages like 80 and you get older and you think, oh, I don't need to do this. I can't never learn a new language. I can't do this. Yeah, you can. And why not do it? Because you don't know what will open up from you doing this, opening yourself to this new thing. And there's so much more to life that you can live. Even if you've accomplished a lot, there's still other things you can learn and do. Because like my grandmother, who was 104 when she passed, it's like, that's a lot of life to live. So there's a lot you can do in 104 years that's new and different and adventurous and increasing your faith and overcoming fears so you can live your best life and be your best you.
Oh, I love it. I love that, right? And especially in 2022, we need this type of message because we've all been through so much these last 2.5 years that we've been going through COVID. How does one get started mentally? We can do it physically, right? But we have to have a made up mind to actually pursue something that's not in our box. So how does one get started mentally with something like this?
Well, one, you can sign up on our website, 12newthings.com, and make that initial commitment because you're like, let me just sign up. That's easy because it really is easy just to commit. Because really, once you commit, like once I committed and said, hey, 12 new things, let's do something new and different every month. Then all of a sudden, something new came and someone's like, and I started on my birthday and a lot of people start on their birthday because that's how you can do the whole year. And it makes people excited about doing something fun for their birthday. Who doesn't want to celebrate your birthday? Or maybe if you don't, now you have a way to celebrate. So like you can easily start like your birthday. So mine, it was around my birthday when I was thinking about it. I had written an article about women in business and the importance of if you want to see change in your world and in your business, not just women, anybody really, is like the change starts with you. But if you're self-employed, self is the first thing in the title. So anything that needs to happen differently in your company, in your world, starts with you. And so that's where the whole genesis of then saying, how do you start changing you and doing something different? How do I make myself do that? Oh, if I just commit to doing it one time a month, things start coming to you. So like my birthday, when I first started it, my friends called and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have a birthday dinner. They're like, let's do karaoke. I had never done karaoke before. I'm like, oh, here we go. Let's start on the birthday. So it's like, in karaoke for us business professionals, just like a way of just like living your child life, reliving the fun that you had as a child, like singing like nobody else is there, even though you're not singing and you don't know the words, you still come out having a good time because it was about just enjoying life and having fun and having a good time and committing to doing something different. So my first something different was karaoke. Some other things I've done, I'm in California. my family had never been to Yosemite. We've been all across the world, but never had seen anything, had never been to Yosemite. That's right in our own backyard. So there are places in most people's communities where you've never explored, even though you've lived there like most of your life. And these 12 new things make you go and like, let me go check that out. So I went to Yosemite. I'm like, wow, this is the wonder of the world. Like, I didn't even realize like how beautiful and amazing it is. And you can just see just how picturesque God is when you see the beauty of Yosemite. You're like, this is just amazing. That's all you just like you're speechless because it's so breathtaking, the beauty of it. And you're like, to think this is only a few hours away from me and I never had seen that. So it's just like, that's something. And then some things could take you further away, or some things could be just like something you just decide to do. Like during the pandemic, I started doing virtual cooking classes and virtual ice cream. I made ice cream in a bag with the Museum of Ice Cream. They had a virtual class. You could just do that at home. I did samba funking in my own backyard. So I took this samba class and I had a computer. They were doing it virtually during the pandemic. So I'm in the backyard doing my little samba Afro dance class like I did when I was younger. And it's like, so once you commit, the world and the universe opens up to opportunities that just come to you. And then you're open to see something new and different. You've stepped into the challenge and now the opportunities open up. And it goes beyond just you having fun. It opens your mind up to so many things creatively. Like, you start writing that script you always wanted to write, or that book you were supposed to write, or that song you were supposed to create, or just do the things that you hadn't done. Now you feel like, why haven't I done that? It's just so easy to start and do it. Like once you decide to do it. So signing up for the website is the perfect way to just start your commitment.
I love this. Oh my gosh. This is giving me an energy boost. It really, really is. I love these type of things, especially when you're still about self, because if I can get myself together, that means I can be that much more effective for others as well. But it's still on your list.
Wow, like what's not on my list?
I am Harley Wallen, and you are watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Welcome to Father to Father.
The mission of Father to Father Charleston, South Carolina is to help fathers in the Low Country area of South Carolina to be a positive and consistent presence in their children's lives. Father to Father provides community-based programs and support groups for fathers free of charge. They also help fathers connect to other resources they need so they can meet their responsibilities and secure their parental rights. Father to Father offers job coaching and employment connections that benefit fathers. Father to Father is a resource for local organizations that want to provide family support and father-friendly services. If this program is a fit for you, visit our location in North Charleston, South Carolina, and meet our friendly staff here to help and assist. Or visit our website at fathertofatherinc.org. But it's still on your list.
Wow, like what's not on my list? I feel like people are like, you've done everything. Like the swim wasn't on my list. I met a woman traveling on the flight, and she was like, we both went to the same college, and she swam. I went to UCLA, she went to UCLA, not at the same time. And she's like, you should do the open swim. And I'm like, what 12 new things I'm in before I knew what I was getting into. So that's what I'm saying. Part of the new things is like you are going to do something fun and exciting, but it will sometimes push you and challenge you, which is good because that opens you up for like just freeing your mind of blocks and things that prevent you from all these other opportunities that can come in. So I'm kind of open. I ask people, tell me things like what's going on in, South Carolina that I haven't seen, because that is one. So Hilton Head is one on my list. I was trying to go this year and we didn't make it, and it's always been one. So Hilton Head is one that's on my list. I hadn't been to Martha's Vineyard, and so that's been on my list to go there. But So I'm just open because things come up that I hadn't even thought about, like the swim. I hadn't thought about that. I definitely didn't have swimming in the ocean as one of my 12 new things to do. I did this reboot float, and I saw it because when Steph Curry was injured years ago, I saw this commercial and he was in like this pod with this water and he was just floating on top. I'm like, what is that? And so when I was open to the 12 new things, I was in a cafe meeting with a friend and I looked over and I saw this place called Reboot. And I was like, that's the pod place. It wasn't the same place he went, but it was a whole pod where they have you in these pods. It's this hot water, all this Epsom salt, and you just float for like an hour in there. And it helps like your joints and your body. And it's the most relaxing thing. It's almost like they reenact probably how babies are in the womb, because it's just this water and you're floating and you're in this peace and you're so euphoric. So when I came out of there, I was like, I was on such a natural high. Like I was just like, okay, maybe somebody needs to pick you up after you do the float, because you're just like, I'm just floating on air. So that was one, and I wasn't looking for that. So a lot of them are exciting because it's just I'm open to them and I'm not necessarily looking for them. But a couple of things are travel things that I think about, like the Dubai skiing. I always wanted to ski indoors in Dubai. That was always like a thing I wanted to do. So I had to have that on the original 12 new things. But now, there's other, maybe I want to do a safari or something, or just, learn another language, or just, do something. One friend of mine was telling me they did a 12 new thing, and he took a Zen bath in the middle of the afternoon. Instead of a lunch break, he took a Zen bath break. I'm like, now that is a cool idea. Right? Especially if you're already working remote. It's like, take your little break and then come back refresh. It's like, that's a nice little getaway to think.
Exactly.
What afternoon, I'm just going to take me a little candle Zen bath and just relax for 30 minutes and be back. So yeah, so I have, like, I'm asking people when I speak, send me some new things, some adventures, because people send ones to me too. Like, you should try this. This would be good. One time, one of my followers sent me fresh cherry picking season, and I had never gone to an orchard and actually pick fresh fruit. So I went and did it. Oh my goodness, I got these barrels of fresh fruit, and I brought them home, and I just had this bowl of just beautiful summer fruit, which was fun to eat because it was like this fruit I picked from the tree that now I could just like enjoy. And it was like a whole family activity. Families were out there picking their fruit together. And I just had never known that was a full experience, but they shared it with me. So I did it. It was their 12 new things. And then I did it as one of mine.
Amazing. That is amazing. Right. Wow. So much is going through my mind right now as you're talking. It's just like, just go do it. Right?
Just do it.
Do it. Just do it. Because the only person holding you back is you. Just go do it. How has this new concept for yourself assisted even with your business?
Well, it's helped me in my business because I have witnessed my business grow, and I have witnessed me being able to pivot more even through stressful times, like when I have to, when people leave or I have to replace somebody or I have to open up a new location. It's like, and then decisions I have to make that are very hard and challenging sometimes, and like you don't want to say it. You just want to run and hide and not have to make the decision. It's made me feel more comfortable. And then it's made the decision actually, kind of work out more balanced. Right. And it's like it gives you more sense of ease. Like I have this more sense of ease and comfort just in my mind. So that's helped me a lot because in my world, being a woman in business, and the businesses that I'm in are mostly male dominated. So it keeps me not being such an alpha side male, but more I can have my balanced feminine side too, and not feel so, intense all the time. It's like, so I noticed that my solution processes are more peace come from a place in my body peaceful, like where I'm not so like stressed out about it, where I'm like, it's going to work out. I just have to like just get clear. And it's like my more clear-eyed and clear mind, because part of me is taking this time to commit to something new and different each month that helps me enjoy life. It helps me, find time for my increasing my faith. And it actually makes me realize that if you can overcome a fear, you can see, peace on the other side. So it gives you that sense, that sense of comfort. Like, you're afraid to say these things, you're afraid to make these moves, you're afraid to do this, but you realize that when you overcome that fear, there's this peace on the other side. Like, that fear is just blocking you. And it's like, move, you're in the way, stop blocking my blessings, right?
Exactly. And that
Really, you're
fear.
blocking your own blessings, right? So, like, stop, pick your
Yes.
mind, right?
Exactly. Mountain of fear. Just move. Get out of the
Right.
way. I have some things to accomplish. Let's go. Like,
And
I
it gives
got
you
some
something else
things
to
to
think
do.
about. Like, now
Yeah.
instead of thinking about all the things you want to worry about, like, what am I going to do different this month? Like, oh yeah, good question. Let me think, what will I do? And you start thinking of things, and then something comes up and you're like, there it is. That's the new thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, roller skating in Rockefeller Square under the stars. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Rockefeller Center and under the stars. It's like,
This is some good stuff.
right.
This is some good stuff. When is the book coming out? Because this concept needs to be in a book. When is the
So
book
we're
coming
working
out?
on the book, and that's part of the joining the membership on the 12newthings.com, is that you'll have access to exclusive offers to the book, opportunities for us to give you ways to help you get to achieve your new thing out of your 12 new things journey. So the book is in the works.
Gotcha.
So stay tuned. I'll be back to tell that part.
Oh,
Yeah,
you gotta
the
come
book
back.
too. The
You
book to
got to
this
come
too.
back.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. So here
you.
at the Michael Finkley Show, our season 5 is, I call it the biggest dream season, because this is my dream come true. This show is my dream come true. I was able to write and sing my theme song called Biggest Dream Come True. So, in all of that, I feel that when you are doing this process, you're not afraid to accomplish your next dream, all right, your biggest dream. Shonda, what is your next biggest dream?
Oh, wow. Well, so talking about dreams, so we're talking about having these 12 new things challenge. Like, a part of it will be us having a partnership where we can help people do their 12 new things dream. So, like, whatever their dream 12 new thing is, a contest, someone will win, us helping them fulfill that 12 new things dream. That's why it's interesting that you tie dream in. My dream, I have so many dreams. I like dream. I'm an Aquarian, so I love dreaming, and a writer. But I definitely want to do a film and TV project, So those are my big projects that I want to do. Like, film and TV are like my passion projects that I would love to, like, bring all these concepts that I have to a big screen. And all the stories that my brother and I have a production company, and we also have a podcast called What Sibling Rivalry. And it's just us telling us, our story, how we grew up together, and just our background. And he's funny, I'm serious, I'm funny, he's serious. And then, but it's the What Sibling Rivalry. Like, is it a rivalry? Is it not a rivalry? Like, a question mark, exclamation, depends on what day. But we have a production company. So we have these original stories that are about our family and about people that are, friends of our family, that have these unique stories that tell our story, as a people, and they're true stories. So it's like having those come into fruition, like, like a Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey style, is like my big dream.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. See, we're here. We're here on that.
Yeah.
I love it. Besides this amazing challenge, what else are you working on?
So my brother and I actually, well, not just my brother and I, my son worked on this project, my team, that my 360 Total Concept team, and then also the Pink Access and Lavender 2 Foundation and the San Francisco Foundation all came together, and we produced this story that we documented. I executive produce. I'm one of the lead executive producers. We documented the stories of COVID while it was happening. Like, when we first got shut down, we started interviewing people and talking to them for the whole year. So we just did a private screening of it to support the Pink Access and Lavender 2 Foundation, which deals with cancer and health related issues for underserved communities. And so we screened it, and everybody was just like, wow, that was such a good, incredible story. Because one, we had to film it all through Zoom because we couldn't go on production anywhere, but we wanted to capture the stories in real time. So you literally see the footage in real time, like people on Zoom, people on their cameras doing interviews, and we're just tying all the story. And then we look at part of the story is some of the survivors we talked to and what they went through when they got COVID-19. And we didn't expect that, because when we first started filming, we thought we were just going to film a few weeks of us being shut down and what that felt like. And it ended up being a year. Then we had the George Floyd incident that happened, and the tragic incident that happened, that how that impacted people's lives, all while we're in quarantine, shut down. Like, we're still all under these shelter in place. So the title of it is Quarantine, COVID-19 through the African American lens. And we're going to have it available on streaming platforms after we can finish, like doing these private screenings to support the Pink Access and Lavender 2 Foundation. So it'll be a revenue generator, but it will be totally 100% of the proceeds will go to the Pink Access and Lavender 2 Foundation. Because my whole point is more to just show the story and how compelling it is, and to look that this is what we survived. If we're still here, we all survived this. Some people actually got it. Some people were locked down. Mentally, we were challenged. Emotionally, we were challenged. And look, we survived that on the other side. And so much opened up, even that we didn't expect, through surviving that whole time in history. So I said the documentary is actually a time capsule, and it should be in a time capsule, because it is a time capsule, and it should be in one, because it just definitely encapsulates a time in life that was really, we were living history.
Yeah, we really were, definitely. It's gonna be in the history books, and our
Right.
children, my children will be hearing about this, and my grandchildren will be hearing about this
Right.
as well. So kudos, definitely
We have the
kudos to the
documented
amazing project.
stories of us living through it, like
Definitely.
and you can see the evolution of people, like when it first
Yeah.
happened, how they felt, and then as it evolved, and how church changed, and how
Mhm.
people's work changed, how school changed, how just everything changed, and everybody telling the story from the beginning. Then we came back in the middle, and then we end with me getting vaccinated, and then that, we had to cut somewhere, because I'm like, it can still
Right.
go on. This
It
never
really
will
can.
leave
Present
us.
day.
Right.
Present day. It really can go, and really can go forward.
And
So
it also tells the importance of getting vaccinated, because the people who were survivors in our story were before the vaccine. So one guy, four of his friends died. He's the only survivor. They all were healthy. One young lady was healthy, and 13 days after her birthday, she ends up being in a coma for 5 weeks and survives, and like life totally changed. Another guy, he was like, went to an event, didn't know what happened. Next thing he know, he's in the hospital on a respirator for 30 days. And those are just the stories we're telling. But that's before the vaccination. So it's like showing, if you can prevent this is like, do it, because these people didn't have that option.
yeah, definitely.
And they made it.
Definitely. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing this to the world. Right.
Right.
Thank you for sharing this to the world, because
I'll be
again,
back to show you when it's on and available to the world too.
please. So that's twice. That's two things, Think Fam, right? This amazing documentary and the book. And the book. You gotta come back.
Right.
You gotta come
Gotta
back.
come back.
Could you
Gotta
tell
go
the
back.
Think Fam one more time, how can we get started with this 12 New Things Life journey? How can we get started? What's the website?
12newthings.com has all things 12 New Things there. You sign up, when we're doing exciting things and have exclusive offers, you'll find out when opportunities are, and even hints on things you could try, and even have offers that will allow you discount in order to try it. And then we're going to have a contest and challenge, so that you'll be able to share your new things with us, and we can find ways to make them happen, some of your 12 New Things dreams.
All
But
right.
12newthings.com is all things 12 New Things.
There you go. There you go, Think Fam. And Shonda, how can we follow you on social media too?
So I'm at Shonda Scott 360 on IG. And then we also have 12 New Things now 12 New Things on IG as well. But Shonda Scott 360 is my IG page where you can follow me.
All right, Bing Fam, you heard it
Thank
here.
you.
Shonda Scott, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me. This has made my day.
Yay! Don't go away. Back in a moment.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Toby. You know me from Sister Act 2, Mr. Oh Happy Day, and the hit R&B group City High. I'm welcoming everybody to join and tune into the Michael Finkley Show. Don't forget to subscribe.
CTR Media Network was created for today's podcasters. We provide a safe haven for content creators that are everyday people doing extraordinary things. We have a system of positioning, monetization training, coaching, and support for our podcasters' success. CTR Media Network simply bridges that gap with a level playing field for your dreams to come true cost effectively. Our team provides a premium service and experience for our podcasters to grow. CTR Media Network provides access, support, resources, coaching, and community for our podcasters to win, if you put in the work. We believe that we are living in a unique time which requires you to share your message of hope with millions of people around the world. Remember that the world is never too saturated for you, your voice and message. A platform for positive impactful media where the content creators are in the driver's seat. Visit our website today by going to www.ctrmedianetwork.com.
I'm Joey Marie Urbina, and I play Xiomara in Snowfall, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
On the next Michael Finkley, we're now living in a world where mental health affects us all. You don't have to live in the shadows of your pain and hurt. There's help and hope at the end of the tunnel. Licensed mental health counselor Dr. Robert Johnson III is with us as we talk about what mental health looks like in 2022. Next Finkley. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. I hope that you were educated and inspired by this amazing interview. Shonda, thank you so much for being with us. And again, if you all want to just burst out and do whatever you like to do within your life and try things that you've never tried before, I encourage you to do it, right? She mentioned in an interview that within her 12 new things that she's doing within her challenge, right, she is doing a lot of different things, right? A lot of different things every month. So I encourage you to do it, and I want to do it as well. I really, really am. So thank you so much for your encouragement and your words. We really appreciate you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Michael Finkley Show. Ring that bell notification. We'll see you in emails saying, hey, new content's available. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And for more information about what we do, visit our website, michaelfinkley.show.com. Of course, we're on U42, we're on Amazon, and also on RokuTV, so watch us and also look us up as well. All right, you can watch us and listen to us, so definitely do that. Think Fam, I cannot thank you enough for the support. Thank you so much for watching, and always remember to pursue your dreams. Have a good one.